bearing glass. By the close of play, those two Pakistan batsmen, Mudassir Nazar and Shoaib Mohammed, particularly the latter, had seen them through to 38 for no wicket. Plenty of batting to come, and the pitch is still very, very easy. England needed to break through, but they were unable to do so with those three bowlers, Foster, Dilley and Embury. There's a little bit of turn there for Embury, but not a great deal. So going into the fifth day of this Cornhill Test, Pakistan are 44 runs behind. They have all their wickets intact. Well, although there's going to be no result in this match, I think we can take that for granted unless there's a real miracle tomorrow. I rather enjoyed today's play. I thought there was a lot of fighting cricket from England. I thought Gatting played well. He forced the Pakistan bowlers back. There was a great contest between Imran Khan and the England batsmen, and England scored at round about 50 runs per 100 balls. You can't ask for much more than that in Test cricket. Gatting, for me, was the man of the day. He fought back so well, and he led his side past the Pakistan first innings, which at one point looked to be an insurmountable target. The final day. Well, so often in Test match cricket, the final day can be rather a boring anticlimax to all that's gone before. There's been some very good cricket in this match so far. To turn today into a day of excitement, it would require a vivid imagination and perhaps a batting collapse and one or two other things as well. Let's have a look at the way everything started this morning. Pakistan were 38 for no wicket, Mudassir Nazar 6, and the man who scored heavily yesterday, sometimes from the middle of the bat, sometimes from the outside edge, was Shoaib Mohammed, who made 32. The bowling figures for England at that stage: Foster, Dilley and Embury the only ones used, and the position of the match before a ball was bowled on this final day, Pakistan were 44 runs behind. Now, to England's advantage this morning, there was quite a bit of cloud cover, heavy at times, for granted unless there's a real miracle tomorrow. Quite a bit of cloud cover, heavy at times, and it looked as though the ball might swing and move a little bit off the seam. In fact, it was a fairly quiet morning. Mudassir Nazar was the only wicket to fall for Pakistan, and Dilley got a good one through him. But that apart, the batsmen prospered, and they moved along quietly to 79 for 1 at the luncheon interval. And the bowling figures, well, the England bowlers at this stage were dominated by Foster. I thought he bowled beautifully for his 14 overs for 28. Botham, 4 overs, 1 maiden, none for 9, wasn't moving too freely at that stage, and if England were to make a really good go at it after lunch, then Botham would need to come steaming in. The match situation, Pakistan at lunch on the final day were 3 runs behind. We join play after lunch in the 3rd over. Just 1 run has been added, and Foster is the bowler, coming in to bowl to Mansour Akhtar. Got to be out. Absolutely plumb. And the fact that Mansour Akhtar took so long to look at the umpire was just through sheer terror. See the finger upraised.
Well, Foster's been working for this. He's had plenty of shouts, but he's thoroughly deserved this wicket. The ball has really nipped through, perhaps stayed a little bit low. He's almost the last to appeal. All the slips have gone up a long time ago.
Good leg cutter. Worth better than 4 runs to get Javed off the mark.
Splendid bowling.
Well done. Beautifully bowled. Javed goes. Now that is top-class bowling. You have 2 dismissals since lunch. The one, Mansour Akhtar, the ball darting back at him off the seam and having him LBW, and then the classic delivery, the leg cutter, to dismiss Javed Miandad. Now Shoaib has been in a long time out there. He's got the pace of the pitch, side of the ball. Can Foster trouble him?
half-century for Shoaib Mohammed, and that'll be very welcome for him. He's made runs in various matches on tour. Ian Botham, City End. Well, it's difficult to know about that. I would think it's the wicket-keeper's catch.
So England really on the attack, and Ian Botham running in. Oh, different class from what he was before. He's running in, and he leans back and getting some whip into his bowling.
Well, now, what would you say about that, other than sheer brilliance from one of the greatest all-round cricketers the world has ever seen? Salim Malik.
And having had him missed by the wicket-keeper, there's a return catch comes here, and Ian Botham changing direction quite brilliantly, plucks that one out of the air. Well, there must be quite a flutter in the Pakistan camp here now. 104 for 4. His ball moving around, Botham in full cry, Foster bowling well. We may not have seen the end of this match yet.
Oh, that's out. That is absolutely plumb. What have we got here? Suddenly 5 down. Oh, Ted, we said in just before the first ball was bowled this afternoon that we wanted some excitement. That was going to hit middle stump about 12, 14 inches up. Well, now Imi is on a king pair. This will require something of a rearguard effort from Pakistan, because in effect they are 22 for 5. Well bowled. Very well bowled indeed.
There's a big shout again, and that was certainly out swinger. It may have missed off stump, that if anything.
As the ball's pitched just about on the middle and off stumps, and that has to be described as very, very close.
Well, he's done him this time. He's still reluctant to leave, is he, Jazz? I can't believe it, but that's certainly at the stumps. And certainly the LBW before was very, very close, so Ian Botham getting a bit of just reward there.
And there it hits the leg stump, and it hits it hard. Very hard. He's obviously pent up. He's got a lot of adrenaline running through him.
Pakistan wicketkeeper now, Salam Yusuf to the wicket. And there's another shout there, and that's pretty straight again. There's electric out there at the moment.
The very situation of the game warrants a lot of appealing, as you can imagine. But Yusuf getting forward there, no doubt perhaps the benefit of it going his way is having fractionally got outside the off stump.
Well, throw, but I suspect he might just have been safe anyway. Throw was certainly too high from Tim Robinson. But it was an opportunity for England, perhaps the run in and the flick underarm throw. He might have had a problem there in having to get the ball above Salim Yusuf, though. He would have been gone. Graham Dilley has taken Foster's place. Just outside off stump. Not by much. Not by much at all. But, Imran must have got his heart jump a bit there, I would think. 68 runs ahead, Pakistan. Here's Edmonds. Gadding's got him. Edmonds has flighted that one up outside off stump. It's right on the death of tea time. The agony on Salim Yusuf's face is quite justified. Edmonds sucked him in there, flighted it.
Phil Edmondson to Wassim Akram. Oh, that's a fine stroke. Phil Edmonds tried to fly it that a little bit wider, trying to find that rough. But Wassim Akram there, beautiful shot through extra cover. And that's out. Graham Dilley's got the breakthrough again. Wassim Akram pushing forward and the ball going straight to Phil Edmonds in the gully.
Dilley's bowled a good line to Wassim Akram and has his reward with a gully catch, nicely held.
Pakistan 165 for 8. Squared him through again. It's between 5 of them this time. A long chase there for Athley and Robinson. Robinson just won the chase. And they've taken 3 this time. So that just takes the lead up to 100 now. Well, that's a cracking square drive just behind square by Imran. Third man on, but really no chance at all of getting to that.
A square cut, executed almost perfectly. Head over the ball, roll of the wrists, right out of the middle of the bat.
A change of bowling in at the pavilion. Neil Foster's coming back into the attack.
And LBW, the Pakistan captain. LBW, well, that might appear to somebody who's sitting at home to have been not quite as close as 1 or 2 others, which looked to be absolutely plumb. 204 for 9 it is now. It's well bowled. Oh, what a beautiful piece of fielding by Foster, who's had a great day. Tremendous effort. Abdul Qadir was always going to struggle. He was trying to keep Mohsin Kamal away from the strike. That is a great performance from Foster, who out there today has bowled 27 overs, and he came round, gathered that in and threw it in like a rocket perfectly over the top of the bails.
A great effort by England to dismiss Pakistan for that 205. The bowlers worked very hard. Botham, having looked a bit tight early on, came racing in from the city end and bowled really well, but the honours very much to Foster and to Imran Khan, who held the batting together. Later on it threatened to fall apart. He was there making a very good 37. Salim Yusuf did well for 17, and Abdul Qadir, who can bat despite the fact that he goes in at number 10, 20 before that run out. The bowling figures for England accurately reflect what happened out there today. Foster 27 overs, 7 maidens, 4 for 59, and Botham 20.3 overs, 3 maidens, 2 for 66, 2 wickets to Dilly and 1 to Phil Edmonds. With the dismissal of the Pakistan side, England needed 124 to win. They had 18 overs in which to do it. The run rate 6.88 runs per over. We pick it up now in the second over. 5 runs on the board, no wickets down, and Wasim Akram is coming in to bowl to Chris Broad.
But that's a fine stroke, off the back foot, through extra cover and 4 runs. Yes, that's gone through again. I mean, it's a long chase there, but it's just going to bisect them both and just beats them both over the line. A fine stroke there by Chris Broad off the back foot, just behind square on the offside. Nicely timed. Well, this time hitting away on the leg side, and it's squirted off over gully again, and 4 in the same place. Different type of shot, but the result was the same. And that's out this time. Chris Broad hitting that away on the leg side, and that must have taken almost the leading edge or the back of the bat. And Madassa in the 4th slip area, taking a quite comfortable catch. May even have stopped a little bit on Chris Broad then.
This is the second time in his innings that he was playing the ball away on the onside to find it spewing away on the off, and Mudassa making no mistake. Another left-hander comes in, David Gower.
And that's another wicket. Wasim Akram trying the bouncer, and Tim Robinson going for the pull shot, not quite getting over it, and just lobbing a gentle catch to mid-on.
That bouncer finishing very wide of the off stump. Consequently, the batsman had to drag it in order to play the hook shot in an orthodox way onto the onside. He might perhaps have been better off flat batting the ball over the cover area or the third man area.
And that's through this time. Not before runs to Ian Botham through the covers. It's on the up a little bit. And 10 runs coming off the over, and also that's 50 up for England. Well, that's a miss at the top edge, and yes, Ian Botham's hold out. That's a little bit unfortunate, but again, Wasim Akram was certainly too quick. He got in no sort of position to hook that. He was having to fetch it from outside the off stump and the top edge and straight into Kamal at fine leg.
Pakistan almost having made up their mind they weren't going to bowl anything else at Botham but bouncers. That getting too wide of the off stump. I don't quite know how he got it round there, but a good catch.
good shot there. There we go, moving across his wicket and just picking that up through mid-wicket. 4 runs.
They've got fractionally behind in this over, but they have wickets in hand. That's the important thing. Could you imagine better placement than that? 2 men down on the boundary, each racing towards it, and each short by something like a yard.
Beautiful square cut, Mike Gatting's favourite shot, perhaps, certainly one of his best, and that was beautiful placement.
54 needed to win, and Pakistan need 7 wickets. Great fielding out there. Salim Malik, beautiful piece of fielding, good anticipation. He picked it up quickly and gathered it in magnificently. Bowled in with a good delivery coming in from outside off stump. Well bowled by Imran Khan. Ball of full length. Now we're getting into an interesting situation. 51 needed for England to win, and 6 wickets for Pakistan. Run out chance, left-hander, and he's run him out. A beautiful throw by Ijaz Ahmed. Gatting gone. Now Pakistan in with a real chance.
30+ balls in which to remove these remaining players. Now, it was Bill Athey who started the problem by starting to come, and the second was that Ijaz is left-handed and makes a magnificent return, hitting the top of the middle.
John Embury comes out. Well, there you go. If you're going to have a dash at it, you might as well do it with the 6. Pakistan need another wicket. Oh, that's a waste, full toss. Well, we'll see what pressure is like now on young players. Beautiful stroke, just cut off. Good fielding by Mohsin Kamal. Javed setting the offside, and Imran the leg side. Wasim Akram to bowl the last over. Athey to take strike. Run out, Embury has run out. That's good fielding. Good fielding. Mansur Akhtar came in very, very quickly there, gathered in and had it back, not quite over the stumps to Salim Yusuf. But the 6th wicket goes down in this final over.
Phil Edmonds, who's a fine timer of the ball. If he gets a chance, he'll have a go at it.
And that's very well done by Wasim Akram. Edmonds run out. Quick work by the bowler getting down there. Edmonds looking for the single. Wasim Akram quick to come in and break the stumps with an underarm throw. After Edmonds' dismissal, there was one more ball bowled, and then Imran Khan and Mike Gatting decided to call it a day because Pakistan needed to take 3 wickets from the remaining 2 balls, and England had to score 15 runs, an impossibility for either side. Athi remained 14 not out and French won. The bowling figures for Pakistan, just the 2 bowlers used, and you can bet your life young Wasim Akram will have grown up a lot today by way of experience. 8.4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 42. That was a terrific effort from him. He kept his runs down to just on 5 per over. Imran Khan, 9 overs, no maiden, 2 for 61. They did a great job. That is what happened in the match. It was a fluctuating game all the way through. Pakistan were in trouble at one stage, and then excellent partnerships towards the end got them up to 439. England, a great fight-back performance, 521, and then terrific bowling from England today. Pakistan 205 all out. England needing 124 to win, managed 109 for 7. The match was drawn, and a very exciting last day it was. So often you see these last days with no vast crowd at the ground. It was a pity there weren't 25, 30,000 here today. The man of the match was England captain Mike Gatting. It must have been a close run thing for the adjudicator Robin Jackman between the 2 captains, Mike Gatting and Imran Khan. Gatting got it, and he'll have had a very, very happy week, a happier one than seemed possible early in this match. And today, Pakistan 205 all out. England needing 124 to win, managed 109 for 7. Mike Gatting and Imran Khan came along to the commentary box after the game, and they talked with Tony Lewis.
Well, Imran and Mike, you may both think that mistakes are made today, but it was an incredible day's cricket, and you both produced fantastic cricket along the way. Imran, did you think you sort of buried yourself at one stage?
Yeah, there was a time in the afternoon when I thought there was no way we were going to get out of the mess. And even when we went out to field, I thought England were going to win it, because it's so difficult to set a field. You don't know what really what to do in circumstances like that, whether to attack or have slips or what. So I was very happy with the result.
And none of those circles, we ever kept looking for why isn't it 4 men in the circles? And someone said, well, there are no circles there at all. Big field, actually, to dominate with a bat, Mike.
Yes, unfortunately we kept losing wickets rather regularly. We didn't really have a long enough stand at any time during the innings, but we still plodded along, still got fairly close. It was a bit of a disappointing result for us, obviously, because we thought we fancied our chances to get them, and in the end we didn't make it.
2 happy men, and they have every right to be, because whilst they played excellent cricket as individuals in this match, they made certain their teams did the same. It was a wonderfully fluctuating game of cricket, with Pakistan in a little bit of trouble, and then fighting back well with good partnerships, and England doing the same thing and getting themselves not only out of trouble but taking a first innings lead, and then their bowlers bowling out Pakistan.